yoga and Pilates yurt. I'd like to show you some beginning mat Pilates today. So being a beginner, you may like this arrangement of a pillow and a blanket. You'll be lying down. It's nice to have the lower ribs aligned with the lower edge of your blanket. So we'll start lying down with the knees bent, feet about as wide as the hips, and flattening your back down. Relax your arms at your sides. Imprint the spine in Pilates means just allowing your postural muscles to gently relax into the floor, as if you're creating an imprint of each vertebra into the floor. So practice that, letting the back muscles relax and each vertebra feel as if it's creating an imprint into the floor. Another fundamental of Pilates is breathing through your upper chest and lungs, filling, and then feel like you're funneling your breath down. So your low belly muscles go in, your pelvic floor is slightly contracted. So these muscles are tight while the upper chest and lungs expand. So as if you have a funnel, you breathe big through the upper, and then it funnels down and becomes more narrow at your waist. So take some breaths like that, breathing big through the upper chest and lungs, and feel your breath is funneling downward, narrowing at the base. 2 more big breaths. Another part of Pilates, we lift our head quite often. So if you have a tight neck and it just doesn't work for you to lift your head, leave it down. But to lift the head, finding more ease lifting the head, you use your belly muscles to lift the head. So bring the chin toward the collarbones, lift your head up, try to relax your neck and shoulders, but use your abdominals to lift the head. And roll down as you exhale. Try that 3 more times. And these muscles will develop once you start practicing this technique. Finding the lower belly muscles, we'll do knee folds. So the angle behind the knee stays the same, and we're just lifting the knee toward the chest, alternating, keeping these low belly muscles in, and you'll feel the low belly muscles even more as you lift your head up. So this alone is a great exercise for the transverse abdominis muscles. And to make it a little harder, you can flutter the legs, barely touching the floor. 5 more seconds. And feet and head can come back down. Roll the head side to side, relaxing the neck. And we'll come into the classic Pilates 100s. So curl the chin to collarbones, lifting the head. Legs come to a tabletop, squeeze the knees and heels and feet together. Arms come to the height of the tummy. And we pump the arms up and down. 5 of these pumps is your inhalation, and 5 is your exhalation. This can be done with the head down. And the legs can be extended out farther to make it harder. So we'll start counting our breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 more breaths to go. If you need to stop, of course you can. I'll finish counting on the last 3 breaths here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands down, feet down, head down. Single leg circles. Extend one leg out on the floor. Knee could stay a little bent if you tend to arch in your low back. Then you could keep the knee a little more bent to keep the back flat. Right leg comes out to a 45-degree angle. Bring the right leg toward the left leg in a half circle and straight up in line with the hip. Toward the other leg, down and straight up. It's like the shape of a capital letter D. And we only do 5 in beginner, so 1 more. And then we change the direction. Go straight down in line with the hip, toward the other leg in your half circle. So straight down, half circle up. Straight down, half circle up. 1 more. Change your legs. If there's ever pain in this one, in the hip flexor area, use a smaller range of motion as I'm demonstrating. Otherwise, we'll continue with an average range of motion. Bring this leg toward the other leg, down, straight up, half circle, straight up, half circle toward the other leg, down and up. 3 more. And change direction, go straight down, around and up. Straight down, half circle up. Straight down, half circle up. 2 more. So I'll just repeat what a smaller range of motion would look like. Small range of motion toward the other leg, down and up. You don't want to repeat an injurious, uncomfortable, painful movement. So Pilates is about retraining the body to do the range of motion it needs to do without pain. So other leg, smaller range of motion. Now roll onto your side and come to sitting toward the top of your mat. And stretch the spine up. And then around the spine, trying to balance on your sitting bones. Ideally, we have a Pilates V, so the feet look like ballet feet, heels together, and slightly flared between the top of the foot. Hug your knees in, curl your head in. And your head might be between the knees, or if you're tighter, it might not, but ideally we look for this position. And you can attempt rolling like a ball if you have your balance. Roll back to come up. Roll back to come up to your balancing point. Roll back toward the shoulders and come up. So you never roll onto your neck. Roll back toward the shoulders and come right back up. Roll back and come up. You definitely want doubled up yoga mats or softer floor if you have a bony spine for this one. Okay, came back up to balancing. Feet down, sit back. And then we'll roll back down, so aligning your lower rib about with the edge of your blanket or pillows. Hug your right knee to chest. Right hand on right ankle, other arm comes across. Pull in while the other leg stretches out in about a 45-degree angle. Switch legs, hands switch to left hand on left ankle, other arm comes across. 5 more. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Last one and last one. Legs go up, head comes down. Relax your neck. Make sure you're in a good position so your low back can feel long. So this is double leg stretch. The easiest version is reaching your hands and legs to the sky, and then exhale, hug in. A little harder is lifting your head and hug in, and then a little more advanced, stretching out with your inhale, arms come around, and hug those heels in toward the sits bones. Inhale and exhale. Torso stays still, legs and arms move. 3 more. And you are breathing, big inhale, but you're trying to keep the low belly muscles squeezing in. And lower your head. Legs to the sky. This one is scissors. So the motion of a scissors with the legs. We take a little tug, tug to stretch the back of the leg and switch. Tug, tug. 5 more. Keep the legs up to the sky. Wiggle off of your mat so you can place your hands palms down under the sacrum to protect your low back. And I'm just lengthening out my spine. So double leg lower lifts. Pilates via your feet, little ballet feet, lower down, slow, and come back up. So just a nice slow movement up and down, especially using your lower belly muscles. And let's take 3 more. Next exercise is called crisscross. Come off of your hands, pull your head up, tabletop your legs, hands behind the head, pull your knee toward the opposite armpit. Without reaching the elbow, the armpit reaches toward the opposite knee. I'm just supporting my head and my neck with my hands behind the base of the skull. Knees come together and exhale, crisscross. Knees come together, inhale, exhale, crisscross. 1 more each side. And feet come down and head comes down. Come back up to sitting for spine stretch forward. So if you have a tight back, you might sit on the edge of a blanket. Extend your legs out about as wide as your mat. Soft behind the knees. Sit tall like you're growing your ribs up off of your hips. Arms extend forward. Stretch your low back up. And abs scoop in and up as you reach your arms forward. Feel like you have an icy beach ball you're trying not to touch. Inhale, restack the spine. Tall all the way to the ceiling. 4 more. Exhale, scooping. And inhale, tall. 3 more. Last one. And bring your arms down to your sides. Open leg rockers next. So we're trying to balance. You can hold the ankles. Try balancing on your sitting bones, either on or off your blanket. If you have pretty good balance and you want to try reaching one leg up and down, if you're more flexible, you might go straight legs. And this would be the harder version. Let's hold 10 seconds, any place in between where we started and this position. 5 more seconds. And bring the feet down. seesaw. The legs are as wide as your mat. Sitting tall with the arms out. Trying not to cave into the low back, so low back is long. Stretch up tall as you twist one way. Reach pinky finger toward the opposite pinky toe as you're stretching up and over. Exhale completely. Inhale, grow tall as you spiral to the other side. You look back at the back hand. Come up. And you're also reaching your ear toward the opposite thigh as you reach, reach, reach. Inhale up and tall as you spiral, and exhale like you're reaching up and over. Ear toward thigh, look back at the back hand. Exhale completely, come up. One more time each side. Hands down to your sides and move off of your blanket so you can roll back down, having the edge of your blanket in line with your ribs. And just take a few breaths, relaxing the neck and the back. You might rock a little side to side, across your sacrum from one hip to the other. And move your knees to one side of the mat and the other. And then roll all the way over onto your belly for swan. Move the pillow out of the way. Hands under the shoulders, legs together. Centering in Pilates, we always think about centering, drawing everything close and narrow and tight. Engage the belly muscles so they lift as if they're lifting off the floor. They probably won't actually be, but you want that feeling. Shoulder blades move down and in. Forehead on the floor. Inhale, lift. Your head, neck, and shoulders feel like your chest is like a white swan, puffing forward. Roll back down one vertebra at a time. Inhale up, peeling the chest up and off the floor. Pull it forward and roll back down. Come up one more time. And now holding here, look to one shoulder. Bring the chin down along the collarbones. And look to the other shoulder. Look forward and then change the direction. Look to that other shoulder. Chin down along the collarbones. And look to the side and look forward. Roll back down. Rest position. Press back as if you're doing a child's pose. But in Pilates, we round the spine to the sky, pull the forehead toward the knees, tuck the tail under toward the heels. Take 2 big breaths. Come onto your back for bridge prep. For this, we don't need the blanket. So lying down. Feet about hip width apart. Heels are not tight to the sits bones, but just a comfortable distance away. Arms at your sides, palms down. Lift the spine up straight and let things grow. So feel like your tailbone and all your spinal muscles are reaching out beyond the knees, quads, hamstrings, reach out beyond the knees. Roll down one vertebra at a time. It's important in bridge not to turn your head right or left, so keep it straight. Lift up with a straight spine, temporarily holding, letting your spinal muscles and thigh muscles grow beyond the knees, across the room, and roll down one vertebra at a time till your sacrum, the low back, finally comes down. 3 more of these. Lift with a long straight spine. Let the spine and thighs grow and relax it down one vertebra at a time, bone by bone by bone. till finally your sacrum bone touches down. 2 more. Last one here. Take that moment to let things grow, and then as if you're squishing a grape under each vertebra, pressing the spine back down. Now we have a side series, which works the abdominals. So I'm moving back to the back edge of my mat. You can use your bottom arm as your pillow, or a real pillow if you want. Bring your legs forward so the feet are at the front of your yoga mat, so you have a lightning bolt shape with your body. Hips are stacked, abs are scooped in and up. Front top hand is just going to rest in front of me to help me balance. Top leg comes to hip height, so we don't want to throw off the pelvis and the abs and the hips, so this leg movement is what challenges that. So we kick forward, 2, pull back, 2. Kick forward, a long kick, and then kick a little farther, pull it back without arching your back, your low back. Kick forward, kick a little farther, pull back, pull back. Let's take 3 more. Now's our last one. Bring the top leg over the bottom leg. Turn this leg so the thigh and kneecap face a little bit upward, and this is just up and down. Kick it up, press it down long like you're pushing through mud. Kick it up, relaxed in that hip socket, and press down long, longer. 3 more. Now we kick it up 1 more time, bend the knee, bring the foot in front, hold your hand behind the ankle here, setting that foot in front of you, bottom leg comes to the back edge of your yoga mat. Make sure your whole spine out through the leg stays nice and long. Inner thigh lifts, using from the knee to the pelvic floor to lift that bottom leg up and down, up and down. 6 more. Last one. Bring it down, then bring it up and make 5 big circles forward. Pausing, and 5 big circles back. And now hover that bottom leg. Bring the top hand forward for balance. Stretch both legs out. Roll onto your tummy. Bring your hands underneath your forehead for a little pillow. Draw your abs up as if you're trying to stick something under your belly, between your belly and the floor. Abs are engaged, legs open, and then beat your legs together so your inner thighs are working. And pause, and again, beat 10 more times. So I'm going to roll to my other side so I can still face the camera. You could just roll over onto your side. But again, I'm switching so I can face you. All right, bottom arm becomes the pillow for your head. You're lined up along the back edge of your mat. Legs come forward so your body's in an obtuse angle. Front hand for balance. Abs are scooped in and up. Abs are in. Hips are stacked. We're going to try to challenge this area of the body. Try not to move it, keep it still. So kick forward and back. Kick forward, long kick, short kick. Pull back, kick forward, little farther, pull back, kick forward, forward, pull back. Trying not to arch your spine and trying to keep your abs scooped in. 2 more. Forward, kick forward, pull back. Top leg over bottom leg. Turn this top leg so the kneecap and thigh point up and down, up, pull down, long. Kick it up, relax in that hip socket, pull that leg down long, stretching it long. Kick it up, pull down. 3 more. Feel like you're pressing through mud on the way down. And last one, kick it up and pull it down long. Now kick up, bend the knee, bring the foot in front of you, reach behind the ankle, slide that bottom leg in line with the back edge of the yoga mat. Lift inner thigh up and down. 7 more. And now lift that bottom leg up, circle forward. Circle back. Bottom leg can come down. Press forward. And we'll come up to sitting, but we're keeping this knee bent, but bring it to the other side. So you'll just sit in the middle of your mat. This knee is bent. The other leg will come up. Teaser prep. Reach, balance, and then draw under with your tail to come onto your sacrum bone. And rise back up. Reach to the ankle, the toes, and reach to the sky. Tuck your tail under to come down toward your sacrum bone and reach up to the knees, to the ankles, to the toes, and reach to the sky. Try a few more of those. This is a little beyond beginner, but it's worth trying it out. And this could be your beginner exercise is right here. Just trying to find that tuck to the pelvis that you can come down toward your sacrum bone and come back up. That really works the low belly. So you're getting a lot right there. Okay, we'll try the other leg up. So this is teaser prep. Reaching toward the toes. Draw your tail under to come down toward the sacrum bone. And peel yourself back off the floor. Roll down. Come up. So I'm taking it a little farther down, a little more advanced. Take your arms up to the sky, roll down, reach up to the knees, the ankles, the toes, reach to the sky. So this is a little more advanced version. 1 more. And if you're doing the beginner version, you're just holding here, drawing the tail under, sitting back up. Drawing the tail under, sitting back up. Okay, I'm going to come back to the top of the mat, lying on tummy for swimming. We extend the arms and legs out about hip width. Forehead can stay on the floor, or it can lift up with the arm. So we take opposite arm and opposite leg. Set it down and switch. Opposite arm, opposite leg, either head lifts or stays down. 2 more on each side. Last one on each side. Now bringing your hands under your shoulders. So if you already do plank in yoga classes, you can push up to plank, or we'll push up to semi-plank. Modified would be just pushing up onto your knees. So you have a straight line from your knees, through your abs, through your spine, through your neck, holding your abs in and up under the ribs. So a lot of ab work going on here, even if you aren't in a full plank. So we hold for 10 seconds, either version. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Never letting go of those abs. Sitting down. So this could be uncomfortable for your low back. So do put a blanket or pillow under the hip. Hug your ankles in close to your hips. Reach up and over with an inhalation. Exhale, arms to a T, sitting tall. Exhale, coming down onto the forearm with the palm facing up. Inhale, stretch up and over. Exhale, arms to a T. Inhale, up and over. And this is called mermaid. Exhale, arms to a T. Inhale, opening the other side. Exhale, arms to a T. Inhale, up and over, bend the elbow, and then curl in like you're crunching into the side. Top hand can rest next to the bottom hand, and we're really working on stretching and opening this side of the body. 2 more big breaths. Sit tall and switch hips. So you can lean back, kick your legs, tuck them to the other side, and readjust your blanket under your hip. Pull your feet in toward your hips. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, arms come to a T, sit tall. Come down onto the forearm, palm up. Inhale, stretching the ribs and side body up toward the sky. Exhale, arms come to a T, sit tall. Inhale, up and over, holding these ankles in tight toward the hips. Exhale, arms to a T. Inhale, coming down, stretch the other side. Exhale, arms to a T. Reach up and over, bend the elbow and curl in. Top hand comes down to rest next to the bottom hand. Work on stretching the side body up, the ribs open, while you're crunching in on the other side. Take 2 more breaths. Sit up tall, reach behind you, take the blanket out, and face the top of your mat. Toes together, heels apart, reach under to hold where your shoelaces would be, tops of the feet. Balance on your sitting bones. If you're tight in the back, you might be here. If you're not so tight, you can keep this grab around on the top of the feet. So hug the thighs into the arms, and the arms press out against the thighs. So we're not much wider than the shoulders with the knees. So if you were successful with rolling like a ball, you could try rolling back on this one. So round the spine, roll back to come up. So you come right back to balance. So if you want, if that went well, go ahead and do some more of those. Roll back to come up. Roll back to come up. Or you've just been balancing the whole time. Now cross your ankles. Reach forward to come up. And we'll just add a little forward stretch here with crossed ankles. Switch. The other foot is behind now. Stretch forward. Come up. We'll walk to the back of the mat, reach the arms up, Pilates V the feet. So come forward, but be pressing your belly muscles up toward the sky. As your arms dangle forward, your belly is pushing up as if it's trying to avoid something. And when you have to bend your knees and step your hands out on the mat. 3 big steps forward, coming into plank, or plank on the knees. Take 3 to 5 push-ups. So either on your knees or up in plank. And walk back with your hands. So again, you can be back on your knees to do this. Pilates feet. Press the belly muscles up to come up. Relax the arms and neck. more weight is forward in the feet. And arms float to the sky. Bring your arms down to your sides. And that was your beginner Mat Pilates lesson. Once you get successful at this, you can do the next video.